Broads Media.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into Sports Talk with Broads. Wow, a big old goose egg down in Truist Park. That fan base, it took 8 innings. 8 innings to crack them. They're throwing cans all over the field. Their players are literally admitting, yeah, well, it was the right call. Murphy made a certain reaction for a reason. He wouldn't show that level of frustration with himself if he didn't think that JT Realmuto's back came around and hit him. 3-0, baby, with Ranger Suarez on the bump, even though we had the pull quick. Man, oh man, Rob Thompson, he managed an amazing baseball game. It may not have been exactly the way we saw it play out, right? Because you're going to Hoffman early. Then from there, you're plucking away at your pen with an off day on Sunday while we go watch the Eagles kick ass, because all that happens in this city right now is a winning environment, is a winning product, which is beautiful. That offense by Atlanta, they've been shut out 2 times this season, only twice, and the last time, it was in May. And here's all of your makeshift options with your pen. It's like, okay, let's, and they use the word pocket. I was driving home. I watched the game at my buddy's house, shout out Roman. We were there, and on my way home, I had on WIP to listen to some of the post-game stuff, and they were discussing how Rob has figured out his pockets beautifully and goes to certain guys based off of where the lineup is on the other team, and he has seriously knocked it out of the park. Man, it is ridiculous. It's incredible. No matter if Ranger Suarez is mad at you or not, watch what this does. And bang, Hoffman gets out of it. Bang, Sir Anthony Dominguez. All right, and the Braves were flirting with some base runners, whether it's first and third. That defensive play by Trey Turner was fucking incredible. Are you kidding me? To turn the double play like that? Are you serious? 1 run getting on the board there is so huge. It's so important. It changes the feel of that 9th inning. But man, when you keep that 0 up there, that offense is stunned. They're shocked. And it's exactly what I told you it would be. Uh-oh. Now things are tight. That crowd sucked. There was no energy at all. They don't even come close to what it should sound like for a baseball game in the postseason when your team is historic. They have an amazing offense, but not for this pitching staff. Now we get Zach Wheeler. I'm just saying, if we win on Monday and it's 2-0 heading back to Philadelphia, oh my God, this city might burn down. Dude, Zach Wheeler gets the ball. And Bryce was so special. Not just the home run, which is ridiculous to do it against Spencer Strider. But what was even more beautiful was his ability to hold off in the 4th inning on some gross pitches that I think 99.9% of the league swing out of their shoes trying to hit. Because Spencer, you know he throws the nasty stuff, but he laid off of it because he's got one of the greatest plate disciplines we've ever seen. I don't even know if you can use the word plate discipline like that, but I just did. He's so aware of the zone. And he holds off. He gets to first. Because Strider shoots himself in the foot, he puts the ball past the first baseman. Now we're on second base, and Bryson Stott with 2 strikes on him puts it in play, and now you take a 1-0 lead. That doesn't happen if it's any other hitter, no matter who it is. I don't care who it is. Name somebody on this team right now that's playing exceptional. There's no other hitter in this lineup that takes those pitches that Bryce Harper took, because for about 99% of the pitch being thrown, it's in the zone. It falls right out of it at the very tail end. But Bryce can hold off. He's got the will. Somehow he's got the vision to see it. I don't know how. I don't get it. But damn it, it's outrageous. And so was his home run. Elite versus elite. But sometimes the elite guy who happens to be on the Phillies wins the battle. Man, those fans are devastated. They didn't think they'd get shut out. And you know what I'm already hearing? Well, that's an outlier. You won't shut this team out again. Yeah, obviously. Hey, congratulations on really having a strong take. Good for you. Of course not. Of course the Braves will score, I think. I mean, I can't rule it out. Or if Zach Wheeler gets the ball, I can't rule it out at all. I'm just saying, it's very possible. It absolutely, definitely can happen. You know what I loved most, though, about this team and the way that they attacked this game? And you saw it from the beginning. They were going to be super aggressive. Now, unfortunately, it backfired. I don't know what Kyle Schwarber was thinking after the leadoff double. And for a half a second, I thought it actually went over the wall, and I started jumping. My boys had to hold me back. Yo, bros, that was just a double. Damn it. Although I did hit my bets on my bookie, all right? I took, and if you follow me on Twitter, you will see some of my daily bets I tweeted out there. All right, I took Kyle Schwarber over a half a base, which, bang, got that in the first at-bat of the game. I took Ranger Suarez over 3.5 strikeouts. Bada bing, bada boom, cashed out. And the only one I didn't win was Trey Turner over 1.5 total bases. He got the single there, and I did not hit that, but I won 2 of 3. And look, you can join me with MyBookie. Join the MyBookie family, and for an entire season, you are filled with daily odds boosts, same-game parlays, and super contests. This season, MyBookie has a no-strings-attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quickly. Use promo code BRODES on a deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. All right, so MyBookie, promo code BRODES. You can bet anytime, anywhere. Utilize the app. The link is down. The website, though. Link is down below in the description. And I'll tell you right now, go pound Phillies money line for game 2. Yup, I think that they handle business with both games. We've already beat them down. There's no doubt. They're broken. They are a broken team. Broken team. And they know we're coming. I told you, we're hot. And there is fear in that dugout. Their backs are against the wall. They now basically have the season on the line in game 2. Because if you fail, there's no shot in hell that you're winning both games in Philadelphia. Now, maybe it's not a clean sweep. Maybe it's a gentleman's sweep. But game 2 is you have to put everything on the line or you're screwed. And everything you did in the regular season means shit. Absolutely nothing. But I loved the way that they kept running the bases. They kept stealing. They kept taking bags. JT gets gunned out at second, right? But it was a perfect throw. It had to be right there or else he was sliding in safely. Okay, I tip my cap and I move on. And, I did see a lot of Phillies Twitter devastated that, well, the first inning ended in an Alec Boehm double play. And he had a miserable day at the office. I thought he was putrid in the box. And that first inning did suck. And then you did have some base runners and you left guys on. But you know what I was seeing? I was seeing a team that was fearless. I was seeing a squad that was constantly causing all sorts of trouble on the bases. If you're doing that over and over and over again, I promise you, you will eventually score. Okay, I'm taking the positives out of this. If they did 1, 2, 3 inning, 1, 2, 3 inning, 1, 2, 3 inning, 1, 2, 3 inning, and Spencer Strider is just easily grooving, and his pitch count is incredible, and it's just nonstop. We're not doing anything positive. That's way worse. I know it sucks, and you can't give the Atlanta Braves more opportunities, and you can't give them free outs, and the Kyle Schwarber one is the one that really irks me because there's no way in hell with the ground ball in front of you, to the right of you as you're going to third, that someone that slow elects to try and take the bag. But it does go to show what they wanted to do and how they wanted to approach this. And the overall message was heard by the entire clubhouse when Rob was telling them exactly what he wanted. And it was damn executed too. There's no other way I would want them to show up to the field to compete. They knew it from first pitch. This is our game. And we'll put pressure on them. The other way to look at it with Spencer Strider on the mound, instead of, well, you're giving them free outs and you can't do that, how about you apply pressure because you know runs are going to be a premium? It was 2-0. It was 1-0. That last run was scored with the bases loaded and a very fluky catcher's interference call. And I thought for a half a second, I really did, that Nick Castellanos could beat out that infield dribbler. But, of course, he couldn't. I put a bet on the line there. I bet you he swings at his first pitch. My man just is up there hacking, man. Nick just loves to get a hack. He doesn't want to wait at all. He's going right up there swinging full throttle. It could be 5 feet in the dirt. Guess what? That bat is one-handed extension, and it's going around town. Oh, man. I love this team. How electric was Sir Anthony Dominguez? Seriously, Dominguez, he gives me a heart attack now. I can never trust him anymore until he gets a huge couple of outs in the postseason. Hey, Kirkarin. You can literally look through one of my TikToks that I posted and said, I promise you, Kirkarin will be in a high leverage spot. It'll be on the road. They'll have a couple run lead, and Truist Park won't know what to do because he's not experienced in this league. It's something new. It's something brand new. It's fresh. Good luck. Here it is. And you saw what his pitch can do. The movement is so filthy. It'll happen. And that's exactly what occurred. Hey, shout out to my guy, Craig Kimbrell. I've only showed him the most respect out of any Phillies fan this season. And what's he do? He gets it done with a brace. Too easy. I don't even know what to do when it's that easy. Okay? Not one drip of sweat happened when Craig was on the bump. Maybe some others. Did Ranger Suarez get pulled too quickly? I didn't love it. This is what Rob Thompson does, and this is where the league is. You know, you saw it happen with Minnesota, or Toronto, Toronto was playing Minnesota, and that's what happened, but you saw it happen there. We know the Blake Snell cash thing with the Tampa Bay Rays not too long ago in the World Series. This is what they do. I don't necessarily like it. I thought Ranger was pitching extremely well, and even when there were a couple base runners, when they did remove him from the game, it wasn't like it was insanely hard contact. Maybe it could have been an out at second base if Trey Turner gets the ball out quicker and then it's an out at second instead of 2 men on, but that wasn't the case. It was a traditional infield ground ball. You'd think more times than not that records an out. So Ranger was doing extremely solid, but they thought it was time for him. And, you know, it goes to some of the beat reporters who are giving all sorts of reasons why Braves righties hit .295 with an OPS over 900 versus left-handed pitchers. So the Phillies did not want to take that gamble, so they didn't. He retired 10 of his first 11, Ranger Suarez, that is, before the last 2 of his hitters reached. Here's one for Bryson Stott. Bryson Stott's 0-2, 2-out single put the Phillies on the board. Stott led the majors this year with 82 two-strike hits, hitting .243 on 0-2 counts. The league average was 159. .243 on 0-2 counts. Let that sink in. That's crazy. Hitters against Spencer Strider on an 0-2 count was hitting .096. That's 13 for 136. I mean, just to put it in perspective, that information was from Matt Gelb. Some of the previous stuff was from Corey Seidman. Bryson Stott's a gamer. You have a star on your hands. How about even when he works a 7-pitch at-bat? There's something about it, even if it results in a strikeout. Because targeting a pitch count for someone as talented as Strider is huge. 7-pitch AB, I mean, you can get out of an inning if you're Strider in 7 pitches. And 1, 2, 3, you get a strikeout, you get a ground out on a couple pitches early. If Nick Castellanos is up to the plate, trust me, those 7 pitches, then you got to face a couple other batters. It goes a big, big, big way. Strider wasn't happy when he got the pull. You didn't do good enough. You didn't do good enough. What do you want me to say? Strom? Dude, Strom. Oh, thank the Lord you have the good glove. Ironically enough, this series, defensive plays could swing the entire thing. It could be the difference in momentum heading into an NLCS. One of these teams is going to need the big glove, and you're watching Brandon Marsh out in left field get a good jump. That's not the case if Bryce Harper's not playing first base and he doesn't play a position and he's still DHing. You don't get that. Trey, that turn two was so sick. It was so sick. So electric, and they showed the replay of everyone coming off the field as they were running to the dugout. Matt Strahm screams at the top of his lungs. That was crazy. You get one and chip away at it, 3-1, now getting one base runner on. Now, Craig Kimbrell was sensational, so I don't know if he just breezes through it again. He very well probably could. Actually, you know what? I'll say it. He would have. So it wouldn't have changed a damn thing. But this team knows they got the swag. They're not afraid of this Braves team. Some are. Some look at the firepower in Acuna. Look, you have Snitker already making knee-jerk reactions, moving the lineup, Ozzy Albies, this and that. Guess what? You know what that tells me? They're not over-managing, okay, because sometimes I think that gets overused, but that's Snitker having his guard up. And some Braves fans who have been commenting on some shows recently, and that's what happens when we see a team here on Broads Media. There seems to be some back and forth, and we see each other so many times, so we're constantly debating things that happen in the game in the comment section, and it's like, well, it's not that we're afraid. It's more along the lines of we respect. Oh, stop it. You're twisting words because you know it's the truth. They're afraid of the Phillies. And they know about the pockets, and they know what Rob Thompson likes to do. So, what do we do? Hold on a second. Weren't you the most special offense in baseball? Shouldn't you be the aggressor? I say it all the time with the Eagles. If we want our offense to be high-flying, I don't want to live with take what the defense gives you. I want defenses to say, holy shit, I have to somehow come up with a masterful plan to try and slow down what they like to do because they do it at an elite pace. Don't you think the Braves should say, well, hold on a second. We're the Braves. We finished 14 games above them in the NL East. We are a juggernaut. We have the MVP of the league at the top of our lineup. And by the way, when he gets on base, he'll snag you 70 bags. We're not worried about what Rob can do. We are the best team in the majors. We are the offensive threat. Don't you think that should be the way to handle it? Them already moving around, well, left-hander, and then, well, guess what? We're in your head, motherfucker! We're in your head. And I knew it the second I saw the lineup. Interesting nugget here, right? That's what pops up on Twitter. Interesting little nugget. It looks like Brian Snitker. Oh, it looks like Brian Snitker lost the game. All right, there's your dub. Thanks for coming. We got him. We got him where we want him. Backed up into a corner. Braves Sports Talk Radio, which is fraudulent in its own right. But Atlanta Sports Talk Radio on Friday took calls for hours about how they don't feel great about it. Well, part of me wants to say they're intelligent because I could smell that a mile away. Billions of miles away. However many miles is from Atlanta to this, South Jersey, all right? However many miles that is, I could have smelled it. So I kind of want to give them credit for understanding that. I wonder how they're going to try and change the narrative now. Look, the job is the split. So if they do lose in game 2, which I don't think they will, but if they do lose in game 2, you did what you're supposed to. You split in Atlanta. That's the job. But you can go for the jugular. And this team, it's different this time of the year. Remember how I just laid out what Snitker should do, and that's stay within themselves and be who got you here and feel confident in your own stuff instead of panicking and switching up your lineup? That's what the Phillies do. What I think the Braves should have done. Believe in yourself. Be true to who you are. This is what got you here. Be the Philadelphia Phillies. And they showed you that in game one without even blinking an eye. This was a tough test. You had your third starter who got yanked in the fourth inning, and you went heavy bullpen to close out the rest of the way against one of the most electric offenses in the history of baseball. Not just this year, they rank as one of the most elite, ridiculous, outrageous offenses the sport has seen. And guys like Strom, Kirkeren, who's playing A ball, double A ball, triple A ball, any A ball that's not Major League Baseball this year. I wouldn't even be surprised if he logged some minutes with the Savannah, Georgia Bananas, whatever they are. He was everywhere. Now he's in high leverage spots, but Stromer, you name it. Sir Anthony, he hasn't been reliable at all this season. He is now. They're wired differently. And it seems to really work with a lot of the names. It's not just one guy. It's not just two guys. It's all of them. It's the collective. So Zach and Nola do it. I don't know if it's so contagious that it starts to filter through the bullpen, but it sure looked that way tonight. So personally, I would have kept Ranger Suarez in, but I can't complain when you shut out the Atlanta Braves. This is the style of baseball we're in. I don't like it, but this is where we're at, and Rob manages this way. It goes back to last year, Yordan Alvarez, Jose Alvarado. It wins you game one when you highlight that matchup. It loses you a game, and then the World Series is no longer a possibility. And speaking of Yordan Alvarez, my man doesn't skip a beat. He does it again. He's hitting a lot of home runs. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. I don't know if you paid attention to what's happening in Houston, but when he has the bat in his hands, things happen. Oh, he's a scary monster. Okay, let's go to your calls and run the Anytime Hotline. I'm staring down here. On my way home, I stopped and got a nice hazelnut coffee because I knew it would be a late night, and I got myself an apple fritter, and it's sitting there in the Wawa packaging, and I want it so bad. And I'm looking at the clock. We're about 22 minutes in, so in about 8 minutes, I'll be devouring this apple fritter, and I deserve that. It's a victory fritter. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can splurge. Yeah, maybe I should get back in the gym. Maybe I should run a few miles and shed a couple lbs. But that apple fritter after a W, maybe it becomes a thing. Maybe that's what we do after the Phillies say, hey, Topper, how many more wins? Or excuse me, Topper goes, hey, JG, how many more wins? Well, I'll do, hey, bro, it's how many more apple fritters you can scarf down. Maybe. All right. Let's run it. Well, I should be prepared, but I'm not prepared. I ran in and said, babe, I got to go record. Let's run it.
Bros, baby, we did it. We shut out the Strider game. This is it. This is the game that we should have lost. That you could have gone, okay, you know what, Spencer Strider, he's had a number all year, you know, you move on to the next game, you get freed, you come home getting one game. But we get the first one. We get the first one. Bryce Harper with the home run. Yeah, baby. Oh, we're going. World Series, here we come, baby. Phillies. Go Phillies.
So, in theory, before the first pitch was made, no doubt about it, this could be chalked up as one of those losses, but you have to reset pretty quickly because on Monday, if you were down 0-1, it needs to be 1-1. All right, now you could win both games in Philadelphia and then hypothetically be 2-2 heading into a Game 5 with two teams' firepower going back and forth. Yeah, it's not out of the question at all, but it puts a lot of pressure on yourself to go home and return the favor with two in your own ballpark. Yes, from the first pitch, there's no doubt. There's a reason why I didn't take Philly's money line today, and I stayed with a lot of player props because I wasn't necessarily sure due to the pitching matchup. With that said, as the game started to happen, this wasn't one of those you'd be okay with, Lou. This was their game. You get a 1-0 lead. You tack on a 2-run lead because of a Bryce Harper bomb. It's all you. And even when the score was 2-0 with a couple innings to go, and I know it's hard to ask your pitching staff to shut the Braves out. But there was a point where, okay, this rest of the game, because it's all situational and because you're up 2, I don't care if it's 8-6, I don't care if it's 5-3, I don't care if it's 3-1, I don't care if it's 2-0. Because you are up a couple runs with 6 outs to go, 9 outs to go, whatever it is, it's now on the pen. Close it out. This is in your hands. It's in your grasp. It is very difficult to keep them off the bases. It really, really is. This team is so scary lethal offensively. But at some point, you need 6 more outs to go and you have a lead. You need 9 outs to go, you have a lead. When the game started to play out the way that it did, even if they lost 4-3 or something, it's not like, oh, well, you lost the Spencer Strider game. It's holy shit, you let this team live, and you should have crushed their souls. And I know that they're worried. They are worried. I don't just say it to say it. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Phillies fan. And even if they win game 2, it doesn't mean they're no longer not worried. They are worried. This Philadelphia Phillies team is a monster. They have so many levels covered right now, including defense, which wasn't the case. Damn, man. I can't believe it. That was such a gritty game. Didn't it look like their eyes told you the whole story? The look in their faces? Their approach was magnificent. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I won't stop thinking about the way that they targeted the offensive philosophy today when getting on the bases. They were not slowing down. They were coming in waves. They would nonstop go. Get second, get third. Hey, Trey, keep it rolling. Hey, Bryce, get on second base. It doesn't matter. Keep it going. You got thrown out, JT. Doesn't matter. Next guy's going. Go. Apply the pressure. I could live with mistakes. I could live with, being too aggressive. The Kyle Schwarber one was stupid. That's just baseball 101. You eventually got Trey Turner over to second base anyway, so he was in scoring position, but that's still a first inning situation. If you could get one run there on the road to silence the crowd, even though that crowd was Bush League, that's pathetic. I'd be sick to my stomach if I was in that building with my own performance. I'd have to go home, look myself in the mirror and say, you sucked. You wasted money today. You weren't there for the team today. You were piss poor today. That crowd was so boring. Snooze fest. Do they even watch the game? Do they even know what the game is? I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
That's what I'm talking about! Oh my God. That was such a crazy game. My heart was beating out of my chest at several points in that, but the Harper homer, Trey Turner on D, oh, that was so freaking good. And I think we got the series now. Now, obviously, there's the whole win game 1 thing. Obviously, there's a lot of credence to that, but this was also the Spencer Strider start. The pitcher that basically had our number for 2.5 years now, I think. This is huge, and it might be cocky of me to say this, but the fact that we picked up a win in this game, I just don't see us not being able to pick up 2 more at some point throughout the series. Heck, there's a chance we may sweep at this point. I don't know. But I think the series is in the bag at this point, bros. I'm not going to lie. Maybe that's being cocky, but winning off of Spencer Strider is no joke.
I don't think it's being cocky at all. I think it's being knowledgeable and understanding what this team is made of and their DNA. They are a very strong baseball team, mentally, physically, and they know. They have the confidence that is needed to win at this time of the year. And if you're the Braves, you're breaking pretty easily. There's no way that you can't take a right hook to the jaw, and I don't know if they're capable of taking that right hook. Sometimes you're in that boxing ring and you get caught, and if you get caught with your pants down and your lead hand, whatever it is, I'm not a boxing expert, okay, but let's say you drop the hands and you get tagged, you have to eat a shot. I don't know if they're capable of eating the shot. They might just break down fundamentally, and I'm right there with you. If they take game 1, they can absolutely. Zach Wheeler's on the mound. You can take game 2, and if it's 2-0 heading back to Philadelphia, they sweep. You can look at it this way, though. The Atlanta Braves now have to win 3 of 4 against this team. They have to win 3 of the next 4 against the Phillies. Right? Isn't that what it is? since you're already down one game? That's a tall order. At the same time, though, beating the Braves 3 times in a row would be a very tall order, too. But there's something different about the air in South Philadelphia. It's an overwhelming big roar for 4 hours. What did Topper call it? 4 hours of hell? You're damn right. You're damn right.
Let's go, baby. What's going on, bros? Look, I got to say one thing. Trey Turner in the double play, absolute amazing, flawless stud athlete right there on the field. Trey Turner, man. It took the crowd cheering to stand him up and play better, and now he's just the best player on the field. Let's not forget about Bryce Harper and his home run, still MVP player up there. Let's talk about the catcher's interference for a second. It's just disgraceful from the umpires. We need to start putting in the robo-umpires. This is just getting ridiculous. Now, I don't blame you if you're a Braves fan being angry, but throwing beer cans is just an absolute disgrace and danger on the field for other players. We shut out the Braves 3-0. That's all that really matters.
I don't know if I agree with you with the whole Sean Murphy thing. His reaction said it all. There's no way. Look, if you're in a playoff position, right, and you're down in game 1 on your own turf, and that happens and was called that way and it didn't hit your glove, you don't think you're... Remember the play from LeBron James and J.R. Smith, and the second J.R. Smith doesn't put the ball up and he runs the ball, his reaction, it became a meme, but that's raw in the moment. You can't believe it. You are stuck in this... What? That is impossible. Murphy would react like, are you kidding me? Are you nuts? Instead, he was upset with himself. They did nothing wrong there. I think the umpires called it the way it needed to be called. Murphy knew something, and JT knows something. He's very, 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 very aware of how some of that stuff goes, and both parties involved respectfully kind of approached it like something happened there. I got no problem with that. So, yeah, I look at this game as more, there was something I wanted to target there. So I'm going to replay some of that call because I wanted to hit on the beginning point that I did agree with.
Let's go, baby. What's going on, bros? Look, I got to say one thing. Trey Turner in the double play.
There it is, Trey Turner. Trey Turner was miserable for so long. And now he's clutch as hell. He's the big contract guy. I'm going to change the game for you. I'm changing the outcome. That's why you spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a Bryce Harper, on a Trey Turner. Remember Bryce Harper's contract was the worst in baseball? Remember that was said at the time of the signing? Look what these big contract guys are doing for you. Zach Wheeler, big, nice free agent pickup. Not the same level of money as the other guys, but you bring in big bats. Kyle Schwarber, it costs a lot of money. You bring in these big bats, and now all of a sudden, this team's raking and accomplishing a lot of noise in the postseason. Well, this is just shocking news to me. Okay. All right, everybody. That's where I am tonight, baby. We got a game on Sunday with the Birds. We got a game on Monday in Atlanta. And I think they're going up 2-0. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. I love you guys to death. We'll be talking soon. I'll see you on the next one.